Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the PanelCast. I am your host, AJ. And this week, as you can tell, we're kind of doing things a little bit different. Sorry about the beginning, but I am here and I am rolling solo. That's right, I'm doing this all by myself. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little stressed out. Yeah, a little worried about what's going to happen tonight, but don't you worry. I'm not going to let that affect the show. No. In this episode, I will be reviewing the new Scrubs revival. It just rebooted about a month ago, and started up on Hulu, and it's going strong now. And so I'll be pulling that up. Then I'm going to talk to you about the AEW match of the week, and then I'm going to review this book that's been keeping me busy. And then we should be out of here. Fairly quick and easy show. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started. Let's talk about Scrubs. Most of you who have seen Scrubs, well, we're gonna watch some more of it right now.
Throw some stank on it.
Make it nasty. I'm John Dorian.
You better not be.
Oh, but I am.
Nope.
Retracted.
Can't figure out the rhythm? Or maybe you don't have any.
We're gonna need a secret handshake.
You ready? High five, bring it down.
And then jazz hands if we have time.
Sure.
Get a load of this motley crew. I'm not sure how to teach these kids.
I still get a little woozy around some procedures.
If your dream is to be a mediocre doctor, mission accomplished.
Dr. Cox, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and bring it down.
Don't I get 3 strikes?
You have 900 strikes.
Those interns need somebody to do for them what I did for you.
Hey, you can do this.
And she's gonna nick that artery.
No, she's not.
Is it on my face?
No.
And more drama in 3, 2, 1.
This job is really rough. We do the most good we can in a single shift.
I don't know how we do this.
We'll figure it out. Let's go help your patient. You can't do this on your own. Every doctor wants their hero moment. But most of our hero moments are different than in the movies.
I think it might be time to retire Eagle.
Never. No. We were all a part of this victory. Now get those nachos out of the premium warmer.
Every chip is covered in cheese. It's not by accident, people.
Feels like there's more applause for the nachos than my speech. Nachos!
Awesome, there you go. That was the trailer for the new season of Scrubs. I like how the one night I'm doing this by myself, I've got more watchers than I've had in a very long time. So thanks. No anxiety here. None whatsoever. Just kidding. Anyway, that's the new, that was the trailer for the new revival of Scrubs. Scrubs initially went about 9 seasons when it first came out. I fell in love with it immediately and kind of stuck to the character of JD and was able to relate to a lot of his mannerisms and his jokes and his playfulisms, and all the way he thought about things, the way he did things. And as I say this, all of my watchers are falling off. Bye, everybody. So, I was able to find myself relating a lot to JD and wishing that I had myself a Turk kind of best friend. But, I made do with what I could. The comedy in itself, the first 8 seasons were fantastic and everybody loved it. But the 9th season came in and kind of turned it to something that it wasn't and introduced characters that it shouldn't have. Because none of those characters, essentially that season killed the show. Now, after all these years, it has come back. They brought it back with a lot of the original characters and cast, and they're doing it all over again. And the characters have grown up. JD is now the head of hospital. He's taken over Kelso's role. and a Turk is head of surgery, as Elliot is still just a regular old doctor, but they're all still there. They've moved on with their lives, and it's fun to see how they've caught up with everybody. How in the 20 years since the last time we've seen Scrubs, where they've been from there to now, how many kids that they all have, what their lives have been like, and stuff. And bringing it back, it's kind of cool and nostalgic, but at the same time, it feels like they're really trying really hard. And the new characters are okay and they're a lot of fun, but they're almost forgettable because in this revival series, we're so focused on JD and Turk and Elliot and where everybody's been that the new characters are just background and we really don't care much about them. And I think that's fine for right now because right now we want to know where everybody's been. But eventually, if the show's going to continue on, they're going to have to learn how to integrate both the original cast and the new cast together to create new stories, new adventures, and new situations within the hospital that's going to allow the show to grow. So hopefully they find that good rhythm and it gets there sooner than later. But sad to seeing that Neil Flynn is gone, with him not around anymore. It's, the little one-liners, the quips, and all that stuff, they're gone. The way he treated JD. Yeah, it was bullying, and maybe now, with the way times are now, it wouldn't be looked upon too well. But it still added something to Scrubs that made it funny and enjoyable. And unfortunately, without that around, we don't get to see it. Hooch is still crazy. That's good to see. Snoop Dogg attending is not around anymore. He passed away. There's a lot of characters that have passed away during that time, including the lawyer. But they do find ways to honor them and show them love throughout the show by giving them either drink names or location names, or even some of the surgeries have their names, or some of the instruments that they use, So you just got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. So it's nice to see the original crew back. They still have the same rhythm. They still have the same timing. They still have that same comedic love for each other. It's sad to know that a lot of those main actors are still on other shows, which is why they're not showing up as often in this show. Carla is on High Frequency, so she's over there. I think it's High Frequency. Is that the name of the show? I may never know. Who knows nowadays? High Potential. Sorry, Carla's on High Potential. She's doing that show. Cox just landed a new show on HBO. So he's there. All these actors are everywhere on other TV shows, and so it's hard for them. So they're not all in this show at the same time, which is kind of weird. Like if you're not going to have the full cast back, then why advertise that you're going to have the full cast back, and why, but oh well. Hopefully in time, as the season progresses and everybody gets their time and their schedules lined up, and like I said, the storylines lined up, it gets better. But right now it's fun and it's comfortable. And I think that's the best way for them to go. So, Scrubs, there you go. That brings us up to our AEW match of the week. I told you guys this is going to be a quick episode. It's only been 10 minutes. With me only talking. I can't talk for that long, I swear. And apparently Alicia likes it. I'm not talking that much. My own wife. Betrayed by my own wife. Awesome. So we're going to be doing the AEW Wrestling Match of the Week. Here we go.
Away. Up on top. Oh, goodness. A corkscrew punch from the top. Look at, I can't believe that the champion's back on his feet. Wow. Oh! Lights are on, no one's home. Oh, for Fletcher has Bailey.
There he goes.
Across the finish line.
And the knees landed right on that left arm, too.
Hanging by a thread. It's Bailey.
The ultimate weapon connected. Bailey spins. Fletcher's got it. Oh. 1, 2, no! The Michinoku driver didn't work. Bailey's still alive.
San Jose on their feet.
What a freaking battle we're watching.
How much do they have? Could it be? Ultimate weapon, no one home. Oh, package. 1, 2, no. 2 7/8.
Fletcher is going for the brainbuster.
It's Bailey. Waistlock, standing switch. It's Fletcher now. Breaking the wrist. Bailey. Straight jacket. Into the roll-up. Legs are flat. 2.
What happened? What happened? The belt knocked out Bailey. Chair drop brainbuster. 1, 2, 3.
And there you have it. That was our AEW match of the week. I had a lot of options when I was going through this. This was Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher. It showed up on this week's Dynamite episode of Dynamite. It was a great match. There were a lot of highlights that came out of that match. I wish I could show them all, but I can't. Otherwise, I'll just giving the match away. But this was a fantastic match. I had a lot of choices this week. This week we had Persephone versus Megan Bain for the CMLL championship. We had the $200,000 four-way tag team championship match, which was also great. And then we had this match. There's just a lot of matches that were there to choose from this week, and it was hard to pick which one I wanted to highlight. And that's a great problem to have, man. You know, when wrestling is so good that you just can't decide which match to pick. But I chose this one because I figured, well, we've been doing a lot of tag matches recently, so let's highlight the single guys for a little bit. And so I wanted to highlight this one. Kyle Fletcher is not really one of my favorite wrestlers. I'm not really a big fan of his. He's one of those guys that does time-killing moves, and I'm not a fan of time-killing moves. You know, where that's when the wrestlers get into a hold move, and it just seems to slow down the match and drag the match. And that's what it's meant to do. It's supposed to be a time killer, and it's supposed to give them time to catch up and figure out what the next moves are, what they're going to do next, what have you. I don't like it because it makes the match just drag and get slow, and I think that it's just that. It's just a time killer, and I don't want to watch a match that has time killing in it. I want to watch a match that goes bell to bell, ring to ring, you know, like I want to see wrestling. And so whenever I come across those matches, like Kyle Fletcher is one of those wrestlers who likes to do time killing matches. And so I don't watch a lot of his matches because he does the explosive matches. He time kills, and then at the end, boom, 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 super fast moves, and then he goes. And that's kind of like Darby Allin's style as well, where Darby Allin will just lay around the ring, acting injured the whole ring, the whole match, and then come up with a big move, take a big hit, and then still lay around for a little bit, and then boom, do another big move, take another big hit, and then lay around. It's kind of boring for me, you know. If it was one big hit after another, that's cool. But if it's not, if you have all this time dragging in between the match and the big spots, then you're just, I don't like it. That's not for me anyway. Richard used to like those kind of matches, and that's cool. That's where he and I would debate. He's like, well, that's part of the theater. That's how you tell the story. And I'm like, I understand that's it, but I like bell-to-bell matches better. I like the catch wrestling better than, you know, that kind of wrestling. So Speedball Mike Bailey, that match was a bell-to-bell match. And it brought that out of Kyle Fletcher. When it brings it out of Kyle Fletcher, I think that's when he steps up and he brings his best to the match. And so this match had a lightweight and a heavyweight going against each other, and it showed exactly the best of both worlds and highlighted it. So if you have a chance, I recommend it. You go check it out right now. It's on YouTube. Which brings me up to my next review. This is Jim Butcher's 12 Months, the latest release in the series of the Dresden Files. What can I tell you about the Dresden Files? Yes, and it's a Hellboy bookmark right there. Well, this is an actual book for those of you who don't know. You may not have seen one in a while. It's made of paper, kind of hard on the outside, soft and fantastic on the inside. You know, a book. I'm currently on chapter 41 of this book. I love it. My wife and I love the series. We cannot put it down. Jim Butcher saved my marriage because he makes it so that I can buy a book for a wedding anniversary present or a birthday present or a Christmas present and get away with it. And that's all I don't have to buy any fancy jewelry. We don't have to go anywhere exciting, no trips, no far off places. You know, I'll just buy my wife a book, a Jim Butcher book for the anniversary. And guess what? My wife loves them. And she will spend that day and read the entire book, envelop them, and absorb them, and be good to go. And I just bought another year of marriage in my relationship with my wife. So thank you, Jim Butcher. You're awesome. And the fact that he also happens to be an awesome storyteller helps out a lot too. This book, if you're following the series, Harry Dresden is a street magician who advertises in the Yellow Pages in Chicago. And throughout the years, I believe this is like the 20th book or something. I can't tell anymore. He's got so many books out in the series. But like here's the bibliography of his series. So at this point, like the first book started off you getting to know him and his street wizarding kind of ways and things that he's into, and but in minor ways. At this point in time in the story, it has reached epic proportions of where not only has it like gone past the knowledge of your muggles per se, your normal people. You know, this is a world that still operates on where magic is a secret. By this time in the series, that secret is out. And the word is out, and Chicago is in ruins. And Harry Dresden is at the center of it all, and he's got to figure out how to make it better. And so 12 months is the 12 months in the aftermath of the last book, which was called Battlefield, which is where all the shit went down in Chicago. Just a big battle, just an epic battle. I mean, it was fantastic. I loved it. It was just one of the best ones I've read in a long time. No, not Lord of the Rings, Battle of Five Armies epic, but it was still pretty epic. And so this is the fallout, the 12 months afterwards. And so it's a really good book, and we're dealing with all that stuff, and there's a lot happening, and I wish I could tell you more, but I can't because I'm only 41 chapters into it. I'm trying to finish it. Fallout sucked me away from it, and now I'm getting back into it. So hopefully, I'm hoping that by the live draw, I'll be done with the book and I'll be able to give you a full review of it. So far, I'm loving every second of it. Every word. Jim Butcher is killing it. Yeah, and if you haven't started or don't know anything about the Dresden Files, pick up the first book. I promise you, you'll be hooked, just like me and my wife. And then you'll be buying his kids' books. You'll be buying all of his other side stories. You'll be part of the whole world. Jim Butcher's fantastic writing. Yeah. Anyway, gentle reminder. I spoke about the live draw earlier. Get rid of this. And that. There you go. Reminder that the Spring Horror Live Draw is coming up Saturday, March 21st, 2026 from 1 to 4 p.m. You just tune in here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or wherever you're streaming this from. Whatever social media platform you stream from, we are streaming there. So come and check us out. We'll be doing this from 1 to 4. You'll see some great artists drawing some really fantastic stuff. Spring Horror doesn't exactly bring a lot of imagery to mind, but you have to understand that Spring Horror covers a lot. I mean, we go camping in the spring, right? What horror story revolves around camping? Hello. And we got Easter, we got St. Patrick's Day, we got all kinds of stuff that we're going to be tapping. The well of tappage shall be tapped. I just made up a new saying. That's right, the well of tappage. Right here, people, Forbidden Panel. Don't you forget. See what happens when I'm by myself. Anyway, I know you got something way better to do on Thursdays than to tune in and see me babbling and see us going up. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and appreciate all the time you give us. I am live in chat whenever we're doing here, whenever we're broadcasting. So if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, you have anything you want to add to our reviews, questions about the movie or TV show or anything that we're reviewing, you can just pop on chat, ask away, and we'll answer them live on air if we can, or at least address it. And we promise not to make too much fun of you to your face. Yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next episode next week. Next Thursday, we'll be here, and we're going to be reviewing War Machine. Yeah, see how we felt about that one. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye.